What's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen. I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. Listen, man, we've all gotten to that point to where, we would pretty much take almost any job. And I say almost because probably right now you're seeing the visual that's on the screen right now. I'm not taking that job right there. That's not for me. But hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? But you've been to the point to where you were strapped for money and you were willing to do almost, enunciate that, almost anything for money. You're willing to give blood. You'd have given blood till you almost ran out. You probably passed out. You gave blood so much for money. You know what I'm saying? We've been there, man. So today's video is going to be the 15 weird jobs that actually pay well. You know what I'm saying? Some of these jobs you may think of, you may see or hear about, but you don't really know how much they pay. They actually might pay pretty well. Would you still do it? I'm anxious to see y'all response after the video. Let's check this out.
Some people have jobs stranger than fiction, but they may be onto something because they get paid incredibly well. Here are 15 weird jobs that pay well. Number 15, fake company executives. Speaking of body for hires, one career that has become famous across China are the so-called decoy executives and professionals.
What?
Many companies love to have international representatives at their meetings and summits. So for anyone who owns a suit, the job is theirs. While some job listings may require a speech or a presentation, most decoys usually sit around and earn up to $3,000 a week. That's even better than real executive jobs. Number 14.
Wait. What? A decoy? Like, I feel as though they ain't break that. They ain't explain that to me. I'd have been a decoy for $3,000 a week. I wasn't making $3,000 a week when I was doing firefighting, bro. And I could possibly not go home that day. I've been burned 3rd-degree burns. We'll talk about that another time, though. But anyway, $3,000 a week to be a decoy. All you need to do is own a suit. Some people have all the luck, man.
Presentation, most decoys usually sit around and earn up to $3,000 a week. That's even better than real executive jobs. Number 14, golf ball divers.
Oh, no. You're a dummy. I'm not doing that. Why? What do you always see on golf course or you see some of the times out there in that water? Exactly. Gators. You can have that one. I'll just watch you make all that money from afar.
Ever wondered who eventually retrieves the missing golf balls during a friendly game of 18 holes? That would be a professional golf ball diver. And don't be fooled by the title, it can be a pretty lucrative job. The job consists of diving into many ponds across golf courses, retrieving, cleaning, and recycling the balls as well. The estimated yearly salary is around $150,000.
No. What's the lifespan? Bump the yearly salary, which is a lot, by the way. $150K ain't nothing to sneeze at, bro, at all. So don't get me wrong like I'm trying to shun it. No, I'm not. But what's the life expectancy of these people? How many of them still have all of their limbs at the end of this now?
One man, Glenn Berger, has made around $15 million during his 14-year run on the golf courses. Number 13, body for...
15 million does make it sound appealing, though. Still, though, bro. Gators.
For hire. Also known as professional bridesmaids and groomsmen, these body for hires are people who attend weddings and celebrations as your best friends. Being a good bridesmaid is a lot of work, and sometimes hiring a professional may be easier. Some body for hires can earn up to a shocking $2,000 per day. Jen Glantz even made a company called Bridesmaid for Hire, which provides exceptional service and moral support on your special day. Not only are the professionals at your side, but they can also offer Skype sessions and custom speeches as extra packages.
No! Wedding crashers are real? For real? This is a real thing, bro? I didn't know that was a real thing, man. What was the Kevin Hart movie where he did it? I guess movies are based on real life experience. Some movies are. I just didn't think this was a real thing, bro. Fam, I'd give a toast at man. Y'all, hey, if y'all want me to give a toast at y'all wedding, if you want me to show up at your wedding and you willing to pay me what they making, I'm there. Holla at your boy. Tell me where you need me to come to. I'm coming out there. I'm gonna give a toast. I'm gonna be your one of your groomsmen. You know what I'm saying? We'll work out all the details, man. Hit me up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a good time. It's me. You're gonna have a good time.
Number 12, hot dog vendors. New York City is one of the most famous and tourism-dominated cities in the world. A staple of the city is the street hot dogs that are sold almost everywhere. With no specific education required, one can easily put up a hot dog stand anywhere on the side of the road and earn up to $400 a day. And if the car is in one of New York City's busiest areas, a hot dog vendor can easily make up to $300,000 a year. Delicious and profitable. Number 11, human bed warmer. Yes, while this job may sound a bit ridiculous, in reality, it's a demanding job across the globe. Professional bed warmers are there to break in freshly made beds and warm them up for hotel guests, hospital staff, or even patients. But don't worry, they all wear fleece bodysuits and lie on the bed for a maximum of 10 minutes. But how much does this comfortable job pay? The charge can range anywhere between $50 and $75 per night, and the annual salary can be a whopping $200,000. Number 10.
Yo, I gotta ask a question right here at number 10. How y'all feel about those degrees you went 4 years to get to make to try to make 100,000, and people are being bed warmers for 10 minutes at a time and are making 200,000? Those degrees, it make you want to slam and break one of them degrees, them plaques, or tear one of those diplomas on, don't it? It do. This video is kind of, I didn't know the intention, but it's here to piss you off.
And live art models. One unusual and strange job that requires to be frozen completely still for a couple of hours can be a great side job for anyone. Being a live art model has been a career for many centuries now and dates back to ancient Greece. Many remarkable pieces of art and portraits that are now hung in museums all over the world were drawn from art models who would dedicate days of their lives for that perfect work of art. But how does this centuries-old profession translate into the modern world? Well, a life model in the 21st century can earn anywhere between $10 and $250 per hour, averaging around $3,000 to $5,000 a month. But before you sign up to be a frozen figure for hours a day, you should consider the fact that some artists require nude models as well. Art modeling is an excellent option for those confident people who have extra time on their hands and would love to earn a bit of cash. One upside of this career is that all body types and ages are accepted. While other model professions require a certain type of image, live models and artists welcome everyone. So if you think you can hold a pose for 30-minute intervals and aren't shy in front of crowds, you can look up local art model ads in your area. Number 9, food stylist. If you've ever seen a poster or commercial of a delicious cheeseburger that instantly waters your mouth, then you've seen the works of professional food stylists. Yes, the job is exactly what the title says, styling food in a desirable or appetizing way that will attract more customers and ultimately expand the business. A creative and professional poster or advertisement doesn't need a specific background education in design, but a good eye for what looks right to the customer is a must. This picturesque career can pay anywhere between $25,000 and $90,000 a year. So let's take a look at what goes behind making it big as a food stylist. Even though the end product is still a photo or a short video advertising the food or product, food styling can be an intensive job. From lifting and carrying the equipment and needing to have excellent time management skills and flexibility, being a food stylist can be laborious. Professionals are often requested to prepare and change things at a moment's notice, and that's why this fast-paced, high-tension work is not for everyone. But thinking quickly on your feet is not always enough. One must always stand out in creativity and zest. After all, the ultimate goal is to sell more products and food. Before we move on,
I ain't gonna lie, that just made me mad hungry, bro. That just made me mad hungry. So yes, whatever they do, it works.
Sure to subscribe to Top 5s with notifications on. Number 8. Animal Psychologist. Many of you may not even know this job exists, but alas, being an animal therapist is one of the up-and-rising careers of our generation. An animal therapist is a professional that offers support and treatment for troubled pets and has an average yearly salary of $35,000 to $90,000. Dogs, cats, rabbits, horses, and even dolphins, amongst other varieties of species, can benefit from occasional therapy and treatment. These psychologists study behavior patterns and changes in a pet and try to guess what has upset or even hurt the animal. While most animal psychologists and therapists work in zoos or nature reserves, some work as freelancers and offer at-home therapy sessions for your special pet. Not only do these specialists observe how the animal interacts with its surrounding environment and nature, but they also pay special attention to how their animal-to-animal or human interactions have changed. Animals, just like humans, may experience episodes of anxiety, stress, and even anger, and these psychologists are there to figure out what bothers the furry creatures. By interacting with them using special toys and puzzles and observing their behavior and mannerisms, these professionals can deduce a problem and offer treatment at home. Do you love animals, are fascinated at how they interact with each other, and want a lucrative job that pays well? Then consider becoming an animal psychologist. Number 7.
Look at that. Y'all ain't even know a job as being Dr. Doolittle even existed, did y'all? Therapy for animals, man. I need therapy as a human. And I know how much those bills cost. You know what I mean? Therapists make good money, so they got therapy for animals. And I worked at Walmart Super Center at one time. I was at the bottom of the barrel, bro.
Pet food tester. While we're on the topic of our precious animals and pets, let's take a look at another weird job that pays more than you can accept. You may have heard of a food taster, but have you ever come across a professional pet food tester? This extremely unusual job is centered around evaluating the food that we feed to our pets and making them even more appealing and delicious for our furry friends. These testers can earn anywhere between $20,000 and $100,000 a year, and if you don't mind chowing down dog biscuits and syrup...
Oh, I was hoping not. Have you smelled some of that stuff when you open it? Let's keep going.
Then it's a great alternative for a steady career. But this job is more complicated than just eating pet food. The main work is testing, not tasting. A professional has to evaluate the given pet food's nutritional value and write up reports that will ultimately enhance the treats. Starting from the smell and ending with texture and flavor, every part of the tasting experience has to be documented. Everyone wants the best optimal food for their sidekick pet, and the people who deliver the best of the best are the pet food testers.
Why they keep showing that clip?
Number 6. Elevator inspector. Before one can take a trip down to the local mall and ride an escalator or an elevator, detailed work and inspection have to happen first. Elevator inspectors are there to make sure your elevator delivers you seamlessly without any external issues. But this job requires more than riding up and down in the moving box. They examine lifting and moving devices such as escalators and moving sidewalks in airports, and inspect both mechanical and electrical control systems. For a job that only requires a high school diploma and some experience in the engineering field, an annual salary of $50,000 to $80,000 doesn't sound too bad. Attention to detail and mechanical knowledge is another big part of a successful elevator inspector. Thorough examinations must be done before the elevators are open to the public, because the slightest overlooked mistake can cause detrimental harm and damage. And if a mistake is noticed, an elevator inspector must have proper tools and equipment on hand to fix the problem and check the complex systems that operate the moving devices. If you're claustrophobic or afraid of tight spaces, then this job is not for you, as these professionals are constantly on their feet and often have to crawl through tight attics and spaces. Number 5. Ice cream tester. What's one job that sounds as delicious as its title? That's right, it's being a
I don't eat dairy no more, but back in the day, oh man, I'd have been 500 pounds with this job.
Professional ice cream tester. Often named the best job ever, being a food tester can be appealing to most. Taste masters, sensory analysts, and flavorologists all have the delicious job of tasting and evaluating our favorite foods before they make it onto the shelves of the supermarkets. And the annual salary of up to $100,000 is just the cherry on top of the ice cream sundae. The first step in testing the ice cream is coming up with new flavors and textures that will appeal to the general public. Next, after chemical and dietary processes, the new batches of refreshing desserts are made. Next comes the tasting. But before you take a scoop of freshly made ice cream, you have to go through years of education. A taste master or flavorologist must have a university degree that has an emphasis on food science, chemistry, or business and product development.
Wow.
One man that has ice cream tasting in his 30-year-long career is John Harrison, the world's best taste master. The Dreyer's Grand Ice Cream Taster has been sampling ice cream for over 30 years now, and is estimated to have tested over 200 gallons of the cold dessert.
I wonder what his blood sugar reading is, bro. Like, he'll bleed Rocky Road or butter pecan or strawberry. Like, that's his blood type.
Harrison jokes about his career, saying that it's a tough job, but somebody has to do it. And he's right. Tasting over 20 different flavors of ice cream every day, each at different stages of production, can be tiresome and even boring to the taste buds. Fun fact, John Harrison is so important and significant to the Dreyer's Grand Ice Cream that the company has even insured his taste buds for $1 million.
I had a feeling they was going to say that, man. I had a feeling they was going to say I thought they was going to say his tongue was insured or something like that, but his taste buds is insured, bro.
Driving up that top note, that cream, pure vanilla, sweeteners. That's a 10.
Gotta have everything, you know, how you like it. So the ice cream can be good. Chill, bro.
4. Bounty Hunter. From the sweet to the scary comes a job that entails gruesome physical work and strength. A bounty hunter is someone who has to conduct investigations and track down escaped fugitives or convicts and transport them back to the appropriate authorities. They often work as freelancers or are employees of bail bonds companies and can make up to $100,000 depending on the task itself and the time spent looking for the suspect. And while most of us have a vague idea of what bounty hunters do, let's take a quick look at their specific responsibilities and duties. Finding escaped and on-the-run fugitives can be a very hard and detail-oriented work that often includes both physical and brain power. The first steps are usually getting the information about the suspect's last whereabouts, using social media platforms and internet databases. Next comes interviewing people who might have seen them last. This includes family members, friends, co-workers, or even people at the local coffee shop or post office. And lastly, if there's an idea of where the fugitive might be hiding, then comes the physical aspect of the job, which is tracking them down using careful clues and steps. As you can imagine, being a professional bounty hunter is no easy job, and it's not a good fit for everyone. Those who choose to embark on an adventurous career in bounty hunting must be fully prepared, not only mentally, but also physically. This means years of fitness and physical development, as well as some martial arts and self-defense skills. But the key to being a successful bounty hunter who tracks down people for a profession is having street smarts and brain power as well. After all, someone has to connect the dots before they can catch the fugitive. Number 3, Bingo Manager.
What?
Your grandparents' favorite game is more lucrative than it sounds.
All those years your grandparents asked you to go to bingo with them, you could have been grooming yourself for a bingo job. What?
Gaming services and gambling establishments all need exquisite and superb staff and workers who can regulate day-to-day activities and foul play. And being a bingo manager does exactly that. While a popular game is often played in retirement homes and local tournaments, bingo is also a fun game one can play in casinos and gambling establishments. And just like every other game, a bingo manager oversees player activities, jackpots, and payouts that comply with federal and state gaming regulations. But if you think the job is complicated and hard, think again. As with any job, this managing position requires attention to detail and great supervising skills. Any violations or foul play must be quickly detected and reported, so proper measures have to be taken for a smooth gaming experience for all. So how much does a bingo manager job pay? You might be shocked to find out that this relatively easy gig can earn you somewhere between $70,000 and $100,000 each year.
What?
Number 2, Fortune Cookie Writer. If you've ever read a fortune cookie and have been left a bit confused by the writing, then it's all thanks to the weird career of fortune cookie writing. Yes, it's a real job that pays extremely well for someone whose entire career is based on catchy one-liners found in Chinese restaurants. Fortune cookie manufacturers hire freelancers or in-house writers who have to come up with multiple one-liners throughout the day. As each fortune costs around 75 cents, and assuming one can come up with 500 fortunes a day, a daily salary can be as much as $300 to $400. Who would have thought that coming up with random sayings and lucky numbers could be a profession paying up to $100,000 every year? Being a fortune cookie writer can be either part-time or a full-time job, but the most important aspect of this career is having a witty mind and sharp writing skills. One must be able to write and convey a message in just a few short words, and sometimes include out-of-the-box ideas for fortunes. So if you're confident in your writing skills and have a great sense of humor that the general public will appeal to, then what are you waiting for?
And some of us really use those numbers for the lottery. You know, flipping to the back, using them numbers, go play your lottery numbers, your pick, whatever. Use those numbers. Also, some of us stored those things in our wallets. You know, we was going to manifest that into the play. We didn't know that it was just some person sitting there writing a ton of these a day, just coming up with them, just random thoughts. We really bought stock in these things.
Number 1. Airplane repossession person.
What?
And the most unusual, unorthodox, and weird job that pays well is one that 95% of the population may not have even heard of. And that exact job is being an airplane repossession person. Before you storm the comment section asking what an airplane repossession person is, let's take a look at this job that can pay up to a shocking and astounding $1 million a day. This career is so extraordinary that Discovery Channel even made a TV show out of it. If you buy a plane and suddenly can't afford it or pay the upkeeping fees, then the bank will automatically steal it from you and look for a new owner. Whenever the payments for an expensive airplane or aircraft are due, the banks call up airplane repo men to handle and repossess the airliners. But their sales skills aren't the only job requirement. Airplane repo men must have a pilot's license, as they're the ones who often fly out the plane to the banks, new owners, or companies. With many types of aircraft, such as private jets, 747s, or even helicopters, an airplane repo man has to have excellent flying skills that can handle any sized airplane.
Well, y'all know that's a job won't be for me.
This highly lucrative and somewhat unknown and secretive job is one that pays extremely well. A plane can be sold for millions of dollars, and airplane repossession people get around 10 to 15% of the profit. And one can go home with from anywhere between $10,000 to $900,000 per plane. Imagine if 2 planes are sold each month, an annual salary can go up to $21 million. And if that's not a weird job that pays well, then I don't know what is. Subscribe to Top 5.
Yeah, man. Y'all know me already. I don't like planes. I don't like them. Even though I wouldn't mind one day getting on a jet, but you got to actually go get the plane. You got to fly or go get it and fly it back. You don't know, man. That's just like a tenant, an angry tenant who's getting evicted. What do they do when they get evicted? You know, we watched the video not too long ago where dude evicted this girl and she tore his apartment or his house up. What do you think they do to a plane? Try to sabotage it, right? I know you would have to inspect it, but what if you miss something that they sabotage and you're up in the air and something goes wrong? Like, I don't trust people like that enough. You know what I'm saying? But y'all get at me in the comment section, man. Let me know, did y'all know about any of these? Were you aware of these type of jobs? And how did it make you feel knowing these jobs exist? Get at your boy in the comment section. Till the next reaction, I'm out. Peace. Y'all stay solid. Hey.